What's going on, guys? It's Captain Rick. It's been a minute since we did a fishing report. It's Saturday, August 23rd. We had a double today. Just got in off our afternoon trip, so we'll try to go over the whole day. We had a great day of fishing. Did not touch a mature all day. 2-year-olds and 1-year-olds as far as Chinook go. No cohos, no Atlantics, no browns, no lake trout, but a pile of really, really nice steelhead. And that is what most of our catch was made up today of. So, first thing in the morning, we shot out to the 28 North line, and you think by now I'd be used to those fireworks. They happen just about every weekend down here. Shot out to the 20, I think we started at 27 and a half and trolled it north. We fished mainly 30 to 32 this morning on my afternoon trip. We fished more 29 to 30. Had a great pick in that whole entire range. First thing this morning, probably the two hot baits I had this morning was a 140 diver that was on a 2.5. That was my high diver pulling that spoon. And then my center rigger, 35 to 50 foot mupped, was a gold geezer. That was really good. Those are probably our two hotter spoons first thing in the morning. And then once the sun popped out, we started dialing in our program. This is what we came up with. So on the one rigger, we had a pair of Dreamweaver UV lemon ice. Those were good. The last half of the morning trip and the afternoon trip. On the other rigger, we were running a. I keep forgetting the name of this spoon, but it is a frostbite. So we had a frostbite on this one, and then the center rigger was a UV MBK. Now, our cheaters that we had above those, we were running sliders and pin. So the highest rigger we had a pin cheater that was above the MBK, and that was a chrome UV Wonder Bread. And then as far as the other two riggers go, above the frostbite, PK Special, and then above the lemon ice, we had another lemon ice. Those were all really good, late morning and this afternoon. They all took multiple fish. We did get a few flasher flies to go this afternoon, Seneca Special, and the other one was a green BAM with the BAM fly behind it. A few meat rig bites first thing this morning. Deep rigger never went, so we ended up pulling that off and putting spoons down. Saw some fish down there, just never turned any. Our low divers had meat rigs on them in the morning. They took a fish or two, but once we figured out that we were more or less steelhead fishing and a lot of the matures were not going to be around or not active, we switched over to mostly a spoon program and fished it from there out. The currents were wicked this morning, worst I've ever seen, or not worst I've ever seen, but some of the worst I've seen fishing out of the Yoke, especially going offshore. We've seen a lot of currents in other spots on the lake, other ports in the lake, but this was a pretty wicked current. They have calmed down this afternoon. We did not see the amount of current we had this morning, so that's cool because that was wreaking a lot of havoc on the gear. We were not able to put out as many rods as we wanted to first thing this morning. There is a lot of deep marks if you want to chase after them. I'm assuming those are 2-year-olds, matures, smaller salmon down there. If you want to fish that 100 to 200 foot down, did see a lot there this afternoon and first thing this morning. Didn't fish them much after the morning bite, but I may fish those tomorrow morning on my trip. So divers, this morning we ran them on 1 and 2.5, low and high diver. This afternoon, 1.5 and 3. The low divers were in that, they were firing in that 100 to 140 foot range. High divers, 140 to 180 foot range is where those were going consistently. Coppers, we ran a bunch of different junk lines this morning. Started off with a 250, 300. And as we pushed north, we were finding different types of temperature profiles. So we had really warm water inside, really cold water offshore, and there was like this band of water in between the 30 and 32 that kind of was just about right. So we had warm water inside of us, and then it warmed up. It got cold, and then it got warmer as we went further out. So we had this cold little band in between the 30 and 32, and that's where we did most of our damage. What was I going to say about that? So yeah, depending on where we were on that north line is where our riggers were. Riggers were positioned. At times our high rigger was 35, or at times our high rigger was 50, 55, 60. Don't think we pulled anything deeper than 80 foot today. I think that was about the deepest rigger that we had fire. I think I got off track though, but I was talking about coppers. So we started off with a 250, and a 300. 200 was probably the most consistent copper throughout the day. We did put a pair of 150s out there at a point and never took a bite on those. Then I switched it out and put a side of stealth core out there. I had a 2-color, what do I have? A 1-color, 3-color, and a 5-color on one side. Those each took a shot. We never did hook up or land those fish because we had some cold water at some points out there. But for the most part, our junk lines were pretty quiet. I ran a couple of 200s tonight. They didn't do anything. That's just the way it goes, which tonight was not a catch and kill mission. It was a catch and release. We had a few kids on board, so it was just catching fish and letting them go, and the fact that we had some cold water, those fish were easily revived. So lots of great steelhead, a lot of good steelhead in that 5 to 10 pound range, and then a handful of 2-year-olds, a lot of skippies. So the next few years are looking promising. That's kind of cool. That's pretty much it for today. We were offshore, and we had a great box this morning. We were done early with an 18 pack. This afternoon, like I said, it was catch and release, but we had 14 or 15 bites this afternoon in 3.5 hours. So that was a good trip too. That's it, guys. We'll be back out in the morning, and I'll get a report up after we get done fishing. I appreciate everybody watching. I've had a few people around town here today while I was on lunch. Thank me for the videos. Love hearing that. So hopefully these are helping put a few extra fish in the boat. So until tomorrow, guys, good luck fishing if you get out in the morning, and go get them.